baseball in America means baseball on WGN America. Cubs, Pirates, 1:30 East on WGN America. The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
It is a gorgeous afternoon here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're set for opening day action. The Chicago Cubs begin their 139th season in the National League as they take on the Pirates, and we welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. Happy opening day, everyone. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. A lot of returning Cubs from 2013, but some newness as we go into the season, including the new manager, Rick Renteria.
Yeah, Renteria, the 53rd manager in Cubs history, will be making out his first big league lineup card. Of course, a longtime minor league manager and coach. Ironically, originally selected by the Pirates in the first round of the 1980 draft. He made his debut as a player with the Buccos here in 1986. Obviously, a very exciting day for Renteria.
So how about the Pirates? A lot of expectations this year. This is the first year they've had big expectations in about 2 decades. They won 94 games and made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, the thinking here has shifted from hope to expectations, and why not? They have a lot of firepower in that lineup. They have the reigning MVP in Andrew McCutchen. They have one of the most talented bullpens in all of baseball.
Should be a great atmosphere here today, and we'll talk about the opening day starting pitchers as Jeff Samardzija hopes to do what he did last year against the Pirates.
Get more priceless moments, more adventures, more lovable animals. Get more bucketheads, British biting, kangaroo confrontations, baby blubber, freak accidents, ostrich races, mascot mayhem, vocal violence, hydroplaning, hammock havoc, airborne animals, athletic accidents, goofy golf, and kitten chaos. Get more of what you love. America's Funniest Home Video starts tonight at 6 on WGN America.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Attention women who have been treated for stress urinary incontinence or pelvic organ prolapse. If you or a loved one were implanted with a transvaginal mesh device or bladder sling, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. In February of 2013, a jury verdict awarded over $11 million to a woman who suffered serious injuries after being implanted with a vaginal mesh device. Complications associated with vaginal mesh implants include extrusion and hardening of the device, chronic pain, infection, and other serious injuries, many of which often require additional surgery. If you've been injured after being implanted with a vaginal mesh device, you may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Call Nightline Legal right now for a free private consultation. There is limited time to file a claim, so don't wait.
Call 888-995-3044. That's 888-995-3044.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Ford, manufacturers of America's best-selling brand. Check out our best-selling lineup at your local Ford store or online at localfordstores.com. And by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Welcome back. It doesn't always work out this way, but if you crunch the numbers with the starting matchup today, Jeff Samardzija, Francisco Liriano, runs may be hard to come by.
Yeah, both these guys very good against their respective opponent last year. Jeff Samardzija on opening day here was brilliant, 8 shutout innings. The overall numbers maybe not as good. He had one bad start. The rest very, very good. Run support was an issue for him, and Francisco Liriano was public enemy number 1 for Cub hitters last year. 5 starts, 3-1 with a 2.12 ERA. In this ballpark last year, he only lost once, had an ERA less than 150.
And expect to see Ricky Renteria match up a lot with a pretty flexible and versatile lineup. Starlin Castro batting third today. Emilio Bonifacio will be the Cubs leadoff man in his Cubs debut. We're set. First pitch of the season is next.
Sip, sip, that's what makes the combo. Bite, bite, sip, sip, to the deep, deep dish combo mambo. For lunch. Pizza, pizza.
Hey, Kevin. Still eating chalk for heartburn? Try Alka-Seltzer fruit chews. They work fast on heartburn and taste awesome.
These are good.
Told ya.
Feeling better already?
Alka-Seltzer fruit chews. Enjoy the relief.
You're eating all the ammo, sir. Remember your training. Your whole life has been leading to this moment.
We need it right away. We cannot let the fans down.
Don't worry. The United States Postal Service will get it there on time with priority mail flat rate shipping.
Our priority has always been saving the day, because our priority
amazing
is you. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, delivered by the United States Postal Service.
Chicago Cubs baseball in high definition on WGN TV is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. City of bridges and rivers. And a great ballpark, PNC ballpark, and JD, you would agree this is a much better ballpark when it's full, and it has been a lot the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's certainly been a renaissance here in Pittsburgh. They waited a good long while to finally turn that corner, and they managed to do that by going to the postseason last year for the first time in a good long while. Now the bar's been set a little high for this Pirate Club. Expectations are sky high. There's a lot of buzz in downtown Pittsburgh in anticipation of opening day, but beyond that, this entire championship season.
Talked about Rick Renteria's lineups, and we weren't quite sure what it would look like today. We will show you that lineup here momentarily, but let's hear from the Cubs' first-year manager on his lineup.
Just, you know, we're facing Liriano, obviously, who's very tough on lefties, and even though we have Rizzi and Sherholtz, I think Sherholtz will swing the bat really well in the spring against the lefties. We played these guys against a lot of lefties, if you guys noticed, during the spring, so there was a reason for it. But by the same token, we have Bonnie at the top of the lineup right now, who can actually run and do some things, and he's a nice piece to have, and hopefully it's just balanced enough for us to be able to put something together.
And the Cubs' new leadoff man, Emilio Bonifacio, and the Cubs with their new road uniforms, reminiscent that Cubs block lettering of what they wore back in the 1920s. Although that's what I read. I, of course, didn't actually witness those uniforms when they...
You weren't there. I thought maybe originally. Yeah, I like the look of that uniform. Hopefully there's some W's in there.
Let's get the opening day umpires. John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, he gets home plate. First game of the season. Bob Davidson is at first. James Hoy at second. And Evergreen Park, Illinois native John Tumpane will handle third base. And instant replay has been expanded. Jeff Kellogg and Larry Vanover are the replay crew chiefs. We had 3 challenges on Saturday, the final day of the spring. As far as I know, JD, in terms of Cubs games in spring training, only 1 call was overturned. But that's still kind of a work in progress for everybody, including us, as we move along.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see. Major League Baseball is anticipating a challenge every 6+ games or something like that. I don't know how often we're going to see it, how much of an impact it's going to have. But I think it's a great idea. I think the fact that Major League Baseball has spent a lot of money on the technology back in New York in that replay center to make sure they get as many calls right as possible.
The weather could not have been better. Yeah, it says 54, but it feels a lot warmer in the sun. If there is a wind chill, it maybe knocks it down a few degrees in the shade. But this is what opening day should feel like here in Western Pennsylvania.
Second consecutive year that the Cubs have opened the season here in Pittsburgh, and that 3-game set last year was really, really cold. Very tough on the hitters, all low-run games. You expect a low-run game on opening day because you got the top pitchers for each club going, and here's what Jeff Samardzija did last year on April 1st. 2 hits, 8 innings, punched out 9, issued just 1 walk. He was really good at the start of last year. Did not get a lot of run support early on, so he didn't amass very many wins. Ultimately only won 8 ball games all year, but could have been a much different 1-loss record for Jeff with a little more run support, especially when he was so good in the early going.
We are reachable via email, lenandjd@tribune.com. We're on Facebook. There's the address. We're on Twitter @LenandJD. And for a fan cam segment this season, you can tweet us your selfies. #WGN Cubs. So we will find that and not only show pictures of the fans at the ballpark, but as you see next to our graphic, pictures of you. Keep it clean. Keep it fun.
Keep it real.
Keep it real, people.
Opening day.
The home opener will be Friday against Ryan Sandberg's Phillies. The Cubs celebrating Wrigley Field's 100th anniversary. And we have an off day tomorrow. 2 more games after this one in this series, and away we go.
Yeah, you know, opening day and the home opener, 2 very special days on the baseball calendar. It's a game where we celebrate the routine, 162 games, the everyday grind of it. There's always a different feel on opening day. And the home opener, Joe DiMaggio likened it to a birthday party when you're a kid. You anticipate it, you get excited about it. I talked to more than one player down in the clubhouse this morning and said, I didn't sleep very well last night. These guys are jacked up.
So let's get the Cubs opening day lineup against left-hander Francisco Liriano. Bonifacio is a switch hitter. The Cubs haven't had a lot of those guys here the last few years. Junior Lake gets the start in left, his first opening day nod. Castro's done it 4 years in a row. He hits third. Anthony Rizzo homered on the first pitch of the season last year here. Mike Olt, first time in his career on an opening day big league roster. Castillo the catcher. Scherholtz gets the start in right. We might see Justin Ruggiano as a pinch hitter late, but he's battling a tender ankle. Darwin Barney's at second, coming off a great spring, and Samardzija, the pitcher, bats ninth.
The Pirates plenty of speed in that outfield, especially in left and center with Marte and McCutcheon. Travis Snyder patrols right field. Big outfield here at PNC Park. Pedro Alvarez made more errors than any third baseman in baseball last year. 27 of those. Jordy Mercer takes over as the everyday shortstop. Walker solid at second base. Travis Ishikawa part of a platoon at first base for the Pirates this year. The veteran Russell Martin behind the plate, and Francisco Liriano, the National League Comeback Player of the Year last year because of those numbers. 16 up, 8 down, a 3.02 ERA. Season started short last year because of injury to his non-throwing arm. He ended up making 26 starts.
And their 9th opening day starting pitcher in the last 9 years. It was A.J. Burnett last season, and as we mentioned earlier, the Cubs with a thrilling 3-1 victory. Here's Bonifacio, who signed late, mid-February, after he was released by the Royals. He's versatile, he's fast.
And he's stylish. He was rocking a nice bow tie on the flight from Phoenix the other day. Corner infielders on high alert with Bonifacio up there pinching in at first and third.
And the first pitch of the 2014 season is a strike called on a fastball at 91.
Two seamers, a lot of sinkers from Liriano, a slider, and an outstanding changeup. Check swings are not reviewable. Liriano, one of those guys, all three of his pitches are above major league average. And depending on the hitter, you know, on any given day, you'd say, well, what was his best pitch? And one guy might say a sinker, somebody else might say the slider, and somebody else would argue the changeup.
Shallow right, and that ball will drop down for a base hit. So a leadoff single as Bonifacio was able to parachute one into right.
Batting 1,000 in the Cubs uniform. A threat to steal. It's tough with Liriano on the mound. He does a nice job shutting down the running game. A thing of beauty here, just a little flare into shallow right. He'll take it.
Now it's Lake, who mostly played center in spring training. We saw him a lot in left last year, his first career opening day start. Made his big league debut to start the second half last year, and that's the changeup for strike one. If we mention spring training numbers, it'll only be something that really stands out. Junior was not good about the first 3 weeks of the Cactus League, and then he hit 4 homers in a 6 at-bat stretch about a week ago.
And that really, in many ways, defines him as a player. You know, he's very up and down. He's still pretty raw. Certainly a lot of talent, speed, and power. Strike zone discipline is a big key for him. He's got to make sure he gets pitches that he can handle.
Recently turned 24. Just a few days younger than Starlin Castro, who's on deck. Just underway. Bonifacio, the leadoff single.
And we'll figure out over time what kind of a strategist Ricky Renteria is going to be looking out.
Well, we could have a challenge right off the bat. We might have a challenge. We call him safe. He did.
Oh.
The bobble on the tag by Ishikawa.
He's got a great move, and if you're going on first move, you just saw, yeah, he never had the ball. You see, he punched him out, and then he sees the ball. So no challenge necessary. Whoop. So you start fresh.
And the pitch, it's low.
Anyway, talking about Renteria, you know, we don't know if he's going to try to run a lot, hit and run a lot. How he handle the pitching staff. Does he have a quick hook or not? But we do know this: he's got a lot of energy. Very upbeat guy. I think players are really going to enjoy playing for him.
Right field. This is Travis Snyder for the first out. And here comes Starlin Castro. Coming off the worst year of his career. Had a couple of hits in the Cactus League opener. Coming off a good offseason in which he really got into great shape physically, and then he strained his hamstring. Played 2 games, missed almost 4 weeks, came back on Saturday and announced his readiness for today. The good thing is he had a lot of balls at short and handled them with no problem. Looked like when he ran down the line he was fine.
Worked very hard this winter. Looks to me like he's added a little bulk to the upper body.
admits he thought too much last year. A swinging bunt. Martin will gobble it up and throw to first. As Bonifacio's now at second with 2 gone. That'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. Took A.J. Burnett deep on the first pitch of the 2013 season he saw. Hit just 189 against lefties last year, but was 6 out of 14 in the spring.
He'd settle for a little RBI single here. Liriano allowed just 9 home runs all last year, none to a left-handed batter.
Pirates over shifting to the pull side on the infield. It's something they did a lot last year. They've got a ground ball staff. They were able to prevent runs with the best of them last year. And that's why they won 94 games. They had a middle of the road offense. Their pitching and defense were terrific. Rizzo turned away, and that was a strike. Well, he is right on top of the plate.
Yeah, he is. He is on top of the plate.
Big slider. It's 1-2. Bonifacio takes off for third. Doesn't matter as Rizzo strikes out. Cubs get the leadoff man on, but strand him at second. The Pirates are coming up.
Jen, isn't that my Wendy's salad? Wendy's? Please. This salad has fire-roasted corn, crisp bacon. Yeah, it wasn't cheap either. Okay. Oh, my phone. Oh. It's right back there by my salad. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Make no mistake, Wendy's new salads are irresistible. From barbecue ranch chicken to the light and zesty Asian cashew chicken.
I think that one's mine. Now that's better.
I need fans put up. I need lights put up. Who's going to do that?
Now there's HomeAdvisor.com, a free service that matches your home project with top local service professionals.
We got everything from Home Advisor. Electricians, plumbers, handymen.
You get to read the customer reviews of all of your neighbors.
And you know that the companies that are on there have already been screened, and so you already have that confidence going in.
And Home Advisor is always free. Go to HomeAdvisor.com now.
Home Advisor. Now the Pirates lineup, we mentioned kind of middle of the road, 9th in the National League in runs last year, but it was good enough for 94 wins in the postseason. Marte just got a long-term contract. Travis Snyder in a platoon in right with Jose Tabata. McCutchen was the MVP last year. Alvarez tied for the league lead in homers. Martin has led all catchers in innings behind the plate the last 7 years. Neil Walker switch hits and plays second. Ishikawa's at first. Jordy Mercer first opening day start, and Liriano the pitcher.
And the Cubs in the field. Lake, Bonifacio, Shearholtz, left center and right. How about Michael? How's that heart pumping right about now down there at third base? Castro, your shortstop, solid on the right with Barney and Rizzo. Only 9 errors combined between the two of them last year. Castillo behind the dish. Samardzija, 8-13, 434 last year.
His first pitch of the season is a strike at 93 on Starling Marte. 4 days ago, he got a 6-year contract with a couple of club options that could ultimately make the deal worth over $50 million. Cornermen in. 1-1.
Jeff, one of the best fastballs in terms of velocity in the National League among starting pitchers. Only a couple better. Slider, cutter, and a real good split finger pitch.
29-year-old righty deals, and that ball hammered out into deep left center, but that's about the deepest part of this ballpark. It's 410 to that north side notch, and Lake, with a center fielder's speed, made the running grab.
And that's a very valuable asset in this ballpark. A lot of times your left fielders are big plodding sluggers, but when you got an athlete out there, it really helps because there's a whole bunch of real estate to cover here at PNC Park. So essentially you have two center fielders out there, and Bonifacio and Lake in terms of their speed, and Sherholtz is no slouch either.
Ball one on Travis Snyder. Ball lifted foul out of play. Snyder homered off Justin Verlander on opening day back in 09 as a member of the Blue Jays. Another foul, like the Mets. Pirates honoring the late Hall of Famer Ralph Kiner. Spent 8 years of his career here in Pittsburgh. A couple of seasons as a Cub as well. So his number 4. Patch on the jersey.
They honored Ralph here in the pregame ceremonies.
Kiner passed away on February 6th. 2-2 on Snyder. McCutchen's on deck.
Come on back fastball they're looking for.
Called strike 3.
Finishes him off with that good inside fastball. You saw Wellington Castillo set the mid off the inside part of the plate. He just makes a perfect pitch. Not a two-seamer with running action, more of a cutter, but right to the spot.
Chance of MVP, and he hits the first pitch for a base hit.
He came into this game with good numbers against Samardzija. Had a very good spring. He just keeps on going. And before the game, a lot of hardware handed out down there on the field. McCutchen got a Silver Slugger Award from Jack Wilson on his left, and on his right, former MVPs Dick Grote and Barry Bonds awarding the MVP award to McCutchen for last year's work. Very mixed reaction by the crowd here for Bonds.
Brings up Alvarez. 36 homers, tied for the league lead last year. The last Pirate to finish first in the National League in homers, Willie Stargell, in 1973.
He's got light tower power. He swings and misses a lot.
Fly ball. Late, getting a late jump on it, but he's now camped under it, and that's that. A hit, no runs. 1 inning in the books. Scoreless.
It can happen in an instant. Your dad doesn't feel right, but he's not sure he should call 911. With new 5-star urgent response, one touch, and he'll be immediately connected to 5-star agents or 911.
I see your location, Mr. Turner.
5-star urgent response. It's help at the touch of a button.
An ambulance is on its way.
Now, get the first month free at Fry's, Shopko, and Walmart Pharmacy.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. They're simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-963-3258 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation. With a government-insured tax-free reverse mortgage from AAG, you always retain complete ownership of your home. Call 1-800-963-3258 to receive your free info kit today.
Anybody have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating? One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria.
I should probably take this.
Live the regular life. Phillips.
Salem premieres Sunday, April 20th on WGN America.
Welcome back. We've played an inning. We're scoreless. Cub fans, if you want to manage the game along with Ricky Renteria, log on to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you're watching from home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more. Gosh, I missed reading that.
Here's Mike Alt. Had a good spring. Showed everybody he was past the vision problems that derailed his season last year. Remember, he came over in the Matt Garza deal. Also dealt with a tender right shoulder, so didn't play third a lot early in the spring, but did late. Passed all the tests. Hit some long home runs, and here he is, the Cubs opening day third baseman.
Went into this spring figuring there was a real good chance Alt would ultimately get to the big leagues at some point this season, but he forced his way onto the club with his performance.
He's got a big home run swing. And he's a pretty intriguing guy. Basically, if he didn't have the vision problems he had last year, he would not have been available. He'd still be with the Rangers. Liriano's 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
That's a belt-high changeup. Normally a pitch you don't want to make as a pitcher, but he sells it so well. Most guys want their changeup showing in the strike zone and then fading out of the zone. You see where that one is. It's off the outside edge a little bit, but it's up. Making his case in the dugout that the ball was off the plate.
Now Wellington Castillo will be backed up by left-handed hitting John Baker. Beat out George Kataris and Eli Whiteside. And it's low, and it's 2-0. You look at this lineup. Very little success against Liriano. Castillo has a little bit, though. 3 for 8 with a home run.
And Leake hit just .224 against Liriano last year.
Way outside, ball 4. This season, the Cubs are celebrating 100 years of Wrigley Field, and it all kicks off with this Friday's home opener against the Phillies. Limited tickets are still available for the entire homestand, including opening day. For more info and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
It sure would be sweet if we got this weather on Friday.
Nate Scherholtz has recovered from a stomach ailment he dealt with over the weekend.
Had a nice year. Really good in the first half. Career best home run numbers. This is a big opportunity for him. He's said all along that he would like to get more chances against left-handed pitching. This might come under the category of be careful what you ask for, because this is one tough lefty out there on the bump.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. This would be a tough matchup for the lefties. Both guys the first time around have struck out. It'll bring up Darwin Barney. What a great view we have here. Not only the ballpark, but downtown Pittsburgh across the Allegheny.
Looks a lot better than when we landed the other night when the snow was flying.
Yes, thought we were in Calgary. By the way, the Cubs owe the Pirates today. They need to win this game after the Blackhawks were beaten by the Penguins last night. Jonathan Taves got hurt. Hopefully not serious. I'm sure there are a lot of Chicago sports fans who flew in yesterday to catch the hockey game last night and opening day today.
Yeah, that's a nice little double dip. And a great hockey matchup, and then opening day on a beautiful day. Tough year for Darwin Barney with the bat last year. Had a nice spring.
And a strike called. It's 2-1. You mentioned comeback player of the year. At least I think you did.
I did.
Liriano. Winning it twice. Once in each league.
That's a record.
Well, he's not the first guy to win it twice. Although the other names on our list, they all won it in one league. Andre Scalaraga, Chris Carpenter. Two-time winners in the National League. Norm Cash, Boog Powell, Brett Saberhagen in the American League. Rick Sutcliffe did win it.
In both leagues?
In both leagues. So it's a small list, but yeah, it's not an award you think about winning multiple times.
Now, you don't really aspire to win it because usually something bad has happened. Either an injury or an off year. That'd be a good veteran move, though, wouldn't it? If you're having a horrible year and they asked you back, well, I'm just setting myself up to win the Comeback Player of the Year award next year. Here's the Manager of the Year in the National League, Clint Hurdle.
Jim Leland in attendance today as well.
This is Hurdle's 4th year managing this ball club.
Very quotable, and after last season he said, quote, the sustainability, that's what separates great organizations. Does not want last year's Pirates team to be the one-hit wonder, the flash in the pan.
Well, they're set up for success. They've got, nice core of players here. They got some good young players on the way. Garrett Cole, who's really good for them last year. We'll miss in this series. He's a star on the rise.
Left field, this is Marte to win the inning. A couple of Ks in the frame for Liriano. Bottom 2, still 0-0.
You did a lot last year. You did. You made another human being. Or you found that one person out of like 7 billion who you're meant to be with. One. Or you bought a house, or you got a new job, or you went on a really important business trip to Des Moines. You had a big year, and you should be able to answer some questions about it. That's what taxes are. A recap, the story of your year. And we think you're the best person to tell that story. Intuit TurboTax. It's amazing what you're capable of.
Attention! Do you have a motorized wheelchair or scooter that's broken? Now there's a Medicare and private insurance benefit that may fix your broken wheelchair. You need to call the experts at the Precision Repair Network. We're the specialists in repairing all makes and models of motorized wheelchairs and scooters. Call us 24/7. We'll come to you anywhere in the United States. We'll even give you a loaner to use if necessary. So call right now.
You may not realize it, but we use produce picked at its peak of flavor and delivered to us fresh daily at Golden Corral. And each of our restaurants only serves the freshest, never frozen USDA sirloin. We even hand peel russet potatoes every day to make the freshest, best tasting mashed potatoes in America. And right now, you can taste the difference with our new weeknight dinner spotlights. Monday night, it's non-stop shrimp and seafood. Tuesday is $2.99 kids night. Wednesday night is Wing Fest. And Thursday night is our best of barbecue. For one low price, it's something new every night, and it's only at Golden Corral.
Hey, Kevin. Still eating chalk for heartburn? Try Alka-Seltzer fruit chews. They work fast on heartburn and taste awesome.
These are good.
Told ya.
Feeling better already?
Alka-Seltzer fruit chews. Enjoy the relief. White Sox, Twins, Thursday 2 East on WGN America.
No score, opening day 2014. Hey, Cub fans, make sure you check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. Sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 36 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. I have an opening day post as we get set for this season. And also looking back at March 31st, 2008. Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, the statue dedication at the corner of Clark and Addison. And also look at instant replay. We almost had a review in the top of the first inning before we realized Ishikawa dropped the ball. Here's Russell Martin. Has that elbow pad on and looked like he almost tried to lean into that breaking ball.
Yeah, he's been known to do that.
No catcher in baseball has caught more innings than he has the last 7 years. Belt high fastball, 4 strike.
A couple of years ago, the catching situation here in Pittsburgh was not good at all. They couldn't shut down the running game at all. They brought in Martin. He's helped control that. And more importantly, I think he's just done a real nice job working with the pitchers on that staff.
It cut and he missed it. Boy, 81. You won't see many pitches that slow from Samardzija. The hardest throwers in baseball, usually ranks among the top guys in terms of fastball velocity. Pitch was elevated and Martin with an opposite field base hit.
Looking for a way to make your business stand out from the competition? Host your best customers and guests in a private suite at Wrigley Field. The Nuveen Investment Suites can accommodate anywhere from 15 to 55 guests and include food, all you can drink beverages, and parking. To book your premier experience at the ballpark, visit Cubs.com/suites or call 773-404-4200. That was a 97-mile-an-hour heater that Martin got on top of.
It's a double play ball. Barney, Castro, Rizzo, Neil Walker. Runs into the 4-6-3.
This convenient hop with a long backhanded flip to Castro, and he finishes off Walker.
Those two guys didn't play together much in the spring because of the Castro injury. Actually, Darwin played a few games at short while Castro was out, but they played together a lot in their careers, so no problem. Ball one outside on Travis Ishikawa, who will share first base with Gabby Sanchez. Oh, that big piece of John Hirschbeck. Rattle around in there.
Castillo chatting him up, giving him a little time.
Hit them both.
Both got it, yeah.
It's a 1-1. It's low on a split. Base hit to left. Second single of the inning for the Pirates. Again, we encourage you to tweet us your selfies all season for a fan cam. And hey, our good friend Lynn Bramer, morning man at XRT. That's kind of a that's not really a selfie necessarily, but it's Lynn is, I guess it's called circa 1950. Strike called on the shortstop Jordy Mercer. Got Clint Barmas. We see him late in the game for defense. Well, it's Mercer in the lineup. Off the hands that time and out of play. First of 19 matchups between these two teams. The Cubs would like to be a lot better against their own division. They were 25 and 51. Lost 2 out of every 3 games against the NL Central last year.
They'll look at plenty of chances early on. They got the Pirates here in this series and see them on that first homestand as well.
Just got away from Castillo, but Ishikawa stays at first.
Some balls in the dirt easier to block than others. That was just quick feet by Castillo to bounce out there and square up behind that ball so he could control the rebound, so to speak.
Pirates have 3 hits, all singles. Samardzija home on a 2-2. Arnie will throw to first to end the inning. 2 hits, no runs. After 2, 0-0.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
What you got there?
Oh, new Cheez-It Grooves. It's a Cheez-It, but it's light and crispy like a chip, kind of the best of both worlds.
There's more than one world?
No,
they're among us?
It's just...
You're one of them! Help! He's got a probe!
It's a pen.
We take the time for our cheese to mature in our new Cheez-It Grooves.
Hello.
Hello yourself.
I've been watching you all night.
I noticed.
Time for the official toast.
Jack, Emma.
Happy 10th anniversary.
The research is in. After years together, eHarmony couples report having more chemistry than couples who met in any other way. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Did you put everything you own in boxes and then into a truck? And then take everything out of the truck and out of the boxes? You know the answers to questions like that, so you're the best person to do your taxes. Intuit TurboTax. It's amazing what you're capable of.
God likes to watch. He's an absentee landlord.
Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven, is that it?
Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds.
So great to have you with us as we kick off a 162-game soap opera. It is the Major League Baseball season.
Like sands through the hourglass. Some are the days of our lives. Something to that effect. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that's the word. The appeal is to the baseball fan, the everyday nature of the sport. Check in every day. Watch whether you're watching the whole game, a few innings, catching a little on the radio, reading the box score in the paper. What's going on with the home team?
Samardzija doesn't get a lot of hits. 111 in his career, but he has hit 2 homers. One came last year. He has that step in the bucket look in terms of his batting stance. Just try to hit the foul pole and left.
Swing hard in case you hit it.
Liriano's season last year started late, missed the first 6 weeks. He had a broken arm. It was his non-pitching arm. As he strikes out Samardzija. Oh boy,
that's pushing things a little bit.
A little bit.
It's a nice spring day, but I don't know if it's a day for that. But you know, he's probably got a wetsuit on underneath that baseball uniform.
As long as he doesn't fall, he's okay.
We just had a shot of a guy with no shirt on. I don't know if you caught that or not.
I try to generally not see that.
Well, it's been a harsh winter. People in Chicago are aware of that. They wasn't a whole lot better here in Pittsburgh, and this guy's going to take advantage of this balmy 59-degree day.
I'm opening a can of worms I probably shouldn't, but is the idea here that I look good, or is it this is what feels good to be shirtless?
I think probably at some point this winter, given the winter that we had, he said, uh-oh, man down. He said, I'm going to opening day, and I don't care what the weather's like. I'm taking my shirt off, and I'm drinking a beer. Maybe he lost a bet.
Bonifacio wearing 64. That's not what I recall him wearing in spring training, so we'll have to get to the bottom of it.
Cub fans are going to enjoy watching Bonifacio play. Speedy guy, brings a lot of energy to the ballpark.
He did wear that number with Kansas City last year. Worn 1 single digits actually his whole career prior to this number 64. 3-2 pitch. That'll be a base hit. He's 2 for 2.
Now he's batting 2,000.
Well,
this guy's unbelievable. Even if Jordy Mercer fields this ball cleanly, he's not going to throw out Bonifacio. A little flare to right, infield knock, and he's 2 for 2.
Talking with the Cubs' new first base coach, Eric Hinsky, who played for the Diamondbacks last year, so he stays in uniform, but now he's a coach. Gary Jones is across the way at third. Another new member of the staff. Here's Lake. Flied to right in the first. Here's Gary Jones.
The toothpick is ever present.
Bullpens from year to year can change. However, I know last year we would say a lot, you don't want to trail the Pirates in the 7th or 8th because that was the strength of their entire team. And I think at least going into this season, because their personnel hasn't changed much, probably would say the same thing.
Yeah, 289 relief ERA last year, second in the league, trailing only Atlanta. They were a tough team to come back against.
On the inside edge.
They threw a lot of innings. Only the Rockies got more innings out of their bullpen, and sometimes there's a hangover, you know, when the bullpen works that hard. And I guess it just depends on whether the innings are apportioned equally amongst the guys or if there's been a couple guys that carried the heavy load.
Blocked by Martin. Mariano beat the Reds in the wild card game to send the Pirates to the division series last year. A.J. Burnett's now with the Phillies. One and two. I've seen everything he throws and seems pretty sharp here early on.
He had if kind of contradictory, but he has what I think of as a power changeup, if that makes any sense. He'll throw it 85, 86 miles an hour. He's got a little sinking action.
There goes Bonifacio. Check swing. I think strike 3. Bonifacio safe. Now they appealed and Lake did swing. So 2 outs. Bonifacio the first stolen base of the year.
Picked a good pitch. Change up down in the dirt. Martin did a nice job picking it and getting the throw off, but Bonifacio clearly safe at second.
Castro will try to knock him in. 102nd career start in the number 3 spot in the lineup. Trying to figure out for years, where does he fit best? Number 2, he's led off. Moved down in the order.
And a lot depends on the other pieces in the lineup. I frankly, I don't like him in the leadoff spot. He doesn't walk enough, doesn't have a high enough on-base percentage.
Slow chopper. Alvarez has plenty of time. And that will end the inning. Festive day here on opening day. A shot from the glove. Nothing.
Anybody have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating? One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria.
I should probably take this.
Live the regular life. Phillips.
Inspired by the freshness of the season, our chefs have created a new spring seasonal menu at Olive Garden. Dive into our pappardelle pescatori with the best of the bay, salmon bruschetta grilled to perfection, or fall in yum with our chicken primavera, made from scratch by our chefs every day, and always served with unlimited salad and breadsticks. The all-new spring seasonal menu, now for a limited time at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Discover our entirely new Pronto lunch menu starting at $6.99.
It's lunchtime, you're hungry, we know how you feel. Your mouth wants Little Caesars, and your wallet wants a deal. 4 slices of deep dish and a soda are for you. Hot and ready for $5. And this is what you do. Bite, bite, sip, sip. That's what makes the combo. Bite, bite, sip, sip. To the deep dish combo mambo. For lunch. Pizza, pizza.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Everybody knows that. Well, did you know bad news doesn't always travel fast?
Hi, Mr. Tompkins.
Todd? You're fired. Well, gotta run.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Salem premieres Sunday, April 20th on WGN America.
We remain scoreless. We head to the bottom of the third. Wrigleyville Rooftops is premier seating for up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual group tickets are available for all games. For more details, check out WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF.
Dodgers have already played 3 games. They lost last night in San Diego 3-1. Dodgers are 2-1. But really today is opening day. Yeah, you had a couple of games in Australia. And then last night, but most of the major league teams kick off their season today.
It's like the first day of school. A lot of excitement. Get to see your old friends. Only we don't give you homework.
One and one on Liriano. Nice snag by Samardzija.
Pretty good hands. Should have been a receiver.
Marte lined to left in the first. Marte's Parte. Marte battled a bruised right hand late in the year last year. Brought back cautiously in September. Struggled in the playoffs. 2-hit game against the Reds in the wild card game, but then 1 for 19 with a homer against the Cardinals in the division series. .3-0.
A .343 on base percentage for the Pirates last year. He brings a little pop to that leadoff spot in the batting order too. 12 home runs, 26 doubles, 510 at bats. And this is a tough home run ballpark, especially for right-handed hitters.
Is a strike. It's full. +213 innings last year for Samardzija. One of 4 pitchers with that many innings. And at least that many strikeouts in the National League. Clayton Kershaw, Cliff Lee, Adam Wainwright, the others. Another 3-2.
A lot of talk surrounding Jeff last year at the trade deadline, all this winter throughout spring training. But how long will he be in a Cub uniform? Will he sign an extension or not? Well, there's a lot of chatter, and now's the time if you're Jeff to try to put that all behind you and just go pitch. Most guys are pretty good at doing that. Falling behind, he's throwing a couple challenge fastballs. You don't want to walk this guy. He can run a little bit. Worked hard, 8 pitches as you see on our pitch tracks. 2 seamers run in on the hands of the right-handed hitters.
Good bat from Marte. He ultimately draws the first walk Samardzija has surrendered. And while we have a chance, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
It could be anyone. Witches.
Salem, Sunday, April 20th on WGN America.
Runner at first, bottom of the third, a 0-0 tie. Kerry Muscat, who covers the Cubs for MLB.com, asked Emilio Bonifacio before the game why 64, and said he wore it in winter ball, and he said it's easier to get than #1 usually. So that would answer that question on the unique uniform number for the newest Cub.
So I figured if he's going to be a guy that bounces around a little bit in his career, if he's committed to 64, it's usually going to be available.
Maybe you look slower to the opposing catcher and pitcher if you wear the offensive lineman number.
I think you're a pulling guard.
Marte runs. Fly ball to center. Marte is at second. He did not retag the bag. He should be out either way, and he's out. A double play on that fly ball to center. We've completed 3. We're scoreless.
This is the Quicksilver Cashback Card from Capital One. It's not the limit your hard-earned cashback card. It's not the confused by rotating categories card. It's the no category gaming, no look passing, clear the lane, I'm going up strong, backboard breaking cashback card. This is the Quicksilver Cashback Card from Capital One. Unlimited 1.5% cashback on every purchase every single day. I'll ask again. What's in your wallet?
Attention women who have been treated for stress urinary incontinence or pelvic organ prolapse. If you or a loved one were implanted with a transvaginal mesh device or bladder sling, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. In February of 2013, a jury verdict awarded over $11 million to a woman who suffered serious injuries after being implanted with a vaginal mesh device. Complications associated with vaginal mesh implants include extrusion and hardening of the device, chronic pain, infection, and other serious injuries, many of which often require additional surgery. If you've been injured after being implanted with a vaginal mesh device, you may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Call Nightline Legal right now for a free private consultation. There is limited time to file a claim, so don't wait.
Call 888-995-3044. That's 888-995-3044.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
4-5-6 due up for the Cubs here in the top half of the 4th inning of a scoreless ball game. Time now for the speed replay. Brought to you by Xfinity. A couple of double plays in the game for the Cubs today. A garden variety 4-6-3, and then this with Marte on the move, a line drive to center field. And as Len pointed out, Marte rounded the bag, so he would have been out on appeal anyway. But Bonifacio with a good strong throw home, or to first rather, to complete the double play, much to the delight of his starting pitcher.
I'm sure at some point in baseball history, somebody rounded second and was halfway to third and basically cut across the grass to get back to first and was called safe. And somebody watching said, you know, we should probably change that rule. Didn't Larry Walker once do that?
Larry Walker, yeah.
So you got to retouch the base.
He blamed it on his Canadian roots. He said, yeah, I don't know the rules.
Favorable count here for Rizzo, who struck out his first time up. Fourth inning, 0-0. That's a strike.
Been a good time to cheat on one. Big challenges for Anthony this year is to step up his game against left-handed pitching.
Got him on the power slider at 88.
If he had a mulligan, he probably would say, man, I wish I was more aggressive on that 2-0 count and took a whack at that fastball.
That's an unhittable pitch.
That's nasty. But, you know, he's leading off an inning. He's got a 2-ball, no-strike count. You can understand his thinking. I'm going to think like a leadoff hitter here and see if I can work a walk.
Change up. Strike one on Alt.
Different year, but pretty much the same result so far when it's Liriano versus the Cubs. Two hits, both to Bonifacio. One a little pop-up to right and the other a ground ball to short.
One on the way. 2-1. Going to send out birthday wishes to Jeanette Rivera Rosa, who shepherds all things we do in WGN sports and production departments. About an opening day birthday.
Yeah, and a
best of all worlds.
Belated birthday to my old buddy Matt Hudes. We've converted into a diehard Cub fan. He's watching today back in Virginia.
Swing and a miss. Strike three. 7 for Liriano.
And he's really dominated the middle of the order. Castro's not yet hit the ball out of the infield, and Rizzo and Olt have punched out all 4 times they've come to the plate.
So I wrote about this in the Daily Herald today. The uniqueness of opening day, and every team has injuries for the most part. You'll have a couple of guys on the DL, maybe a nagging day-to-day injury. But in terms of the 25 you have as a manager, this is it. Everything is completely set up, and you prepare for this day. You've got a rested bullpen. You've got the exact starting pitcher you want. You've got your quote opening day lineup. And then usually after today, everything changes. Now the Cubs and Pirates are off tomorrow, but there will be a point probably in 3 or 4 days where you go, well, this guy's not available today for this reason, that guy's for that reason.
You just have to start reacting to things. Cubs made it through spring training. Pretty much a clean bill of health. I mean, Jake Arrieta's obviously behind schedule. Ruggiano's got the ankle thing that's still barking a little bit.
One, 2 to Castillo, and he bounds it foul.
Cincinnati Reds, on the other hand, they got like half their club on the DL.
Braves, pitcher after pitcher going down with arm problems. Diamondbacks lost Patrick Corbin, Tommy John surgery. David Hernandez, one of their setup guys. Yeah, the winner of the Cactus and Grapefruit Leagues is not the team with the best record. It's the team that had as many guys as they started with healthy at the end. Going inside here. Got him. Ooh, wow. Nasty. Woof. To end the inning.
Meet Tom Haverford, full-time administrator, part-time agriculturalist.
Whenever Leslie asks me for the Latin names of any of our plants, I just give her the names of rappers.
And those over there?
Those are some ditties. Those are some Bone Thugs and Harmoniums. Those Ludacruses are coming in great.
Get more Parks and Recreation Wednesday at 8 p.m. on WGN America.
You did a lot last year. You did. You made another human being. Or you found that one person out of like 7 billion who you're meant to be with. One. Or you bought a house, or you got a new job, or you went on a really important business trip to Des Moines. You had a big year, and you should be able to answer some questions about it. That's what taxes are. A recap, the story of your year. And we think you're the best person to tell that story. Intuit TurboTax. It's amazing what you're capable of.
This Sunday, the USS Missouri's been hijacked.
Governments will fall, anarchies will reign.
So welcome to the revolution.
And it's up to one man to stop them.
Are you like some special forces guy or something?
I'm just a cook.
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
Bang, you're dead.
Steven Seagal.
Ryback is an expert in martial arts, explosives, weapons, and tactics.
I also cook.
Under Siege, Sunday at 8 on WGN America. May the best hand win. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Savagery! Well done, Grasshopper. The battle continues.
Let's take a look at the Cubs' forward upcoming schedule. We'll wrap up the series Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon, and then we're back on WGN for the home opener, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field this season. Ryne Sandberg's Phillies will be in town. We'll hit the air 12:30 with Next Year Is Here. Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Ground ball off the bat of Andrew McCutchen. Castro will handle it.
McCutchen does everything, and he does it all well. Even has his mother sing the national anthem. That was impressive.
Great.
Yeah,
did a great job today. McCutchen not only won the MVP last year, he proposed to his girlfriend on the Ellen TV show. Hit .417 in spring training, and they love him here. Kutch.
Now, if you're Samardzija, you know you're in a dogfight here with Liriano and this Pirate bullpen. So one mistake could cost you the ball game, and this obviously is a guy who's a great mistake hitter. Cubs got the 1-3-1 zone trap going on the infield for him.
Watching too much of the tournament. Way inside that time. 2-1.
There's a look at the deployment. Oh, it's a great time for sports fans, isn't it? Got the NCAA tournament going on, basketball and hockey getting down to crunch time. And you got the opening of the baseball season.
The way the infield is playing, Alvarez, if he bunted to third, it could be a double. I don't think he will. Now with 2 strikes. certainly. And you do wonder at some point, you know, if this were a 0-0 tie in the 8th inning and he was the leadoff guy, if they might move Castro a little bit more toward third, because they're almost handing him first base. But again, he's trying to hit the ball into the river.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen it from time to time, and I have no idea how good a bunter he is, because a lot of times the slugger will go up there and try to push a bunt that way and foul it off, and then he just gets himself down in the count.
Called strike 3. Not even sure Castile wanted that pitch in the zone. He wanted it up and in, but it caught the plate.
John Hirschbeck's shown a willingness to call that inside corner in this game. This is a little, more than a little, it's a big cut fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Second strikeout for Jeff. Here's Martin with 2 outs, nobody on. Remember last spring when Martin said he wanted to play short for the Canadian World Baseball team? That didn't really go anywhere. Interesting idea.
Did he end up not playing, right? Or did he play on the team?
I don't remember if he did or not. Not sure anybody else was too keen on him switching positions. My WBC memories get fuzzy after they're over.
WBC, how about just, you know, down there before batting practice, sitting around a few of us talking, and Timmy Kirchin was bringing up this play in the World Series and that play in the World Series. And I'm sitting there in World Series. Now, who was in the World Series last year? Who won that thing? Like, Boston, right? They had a big party.
Bonifacio circling and grabbing, and that's it. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates for the first time today. 4 innings complete. Cubs nothing, Pirates nothing.
Attention, if you've had hip replacement surgery and suffered any complications, you need to listen to this important legal alert. Major manufacturers have made billions of dollars available to award legal claims for defective hip implants. Thousands of these defective hip implants have been recalled by various manufacturers. If you have had hip surgery and suffered complications, you may be entitled to receive significant compensation to help you with problems from your surgery. You may be eligible to receive money to help with medical expenses and lost wages, as well as pain and suffering. Protect yourself by hiring an experienced trial attorney. Find out now if you are eligible to receive any of the $2.5 billion HIP settlement fund. Friendly representatives are standing by to take your call. You may be entitled to receive significant compensation by hiring an experienced trial attorney. Call now.
Call 855-724-2469. That's 855-724-2469. 855-724-2469.
If you or a loved one underwent surgery performed by a surgical robot device, you may be entitled to financial compensation. The Da Vinci surgical robot is used in hospitals throughout the country to perform a number of common surgeries. Complications associated with robotic surgery include burns, internal bleeding, and infections after the surgery. If you or a loved one underwent robotic surgery and suffered any of these complications, you may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait.
Baseball in America means baseball on WGN America. White Sox, Twins, Thursday 2 East on WGN America. When it comes to home video, an epic fail is a huge success. A successful night starts at 6 with America's funniest home videos on WGN America.
Don't miss opening day at Wrigley Field. My goodness, you're going to want to be out there for all the fun. The Phillies are in town. It's this Friday. It's April 4th. It's a 1:20 start. And if you're one of the first 30,000 fans He'll take home the official 2014 Cubs Magnet schedule presented by Giordano's. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. That's a must-have item.
Yeah, looking forward to the Decade Dogs throughout the season, honoring each decade of Wrigley Field's history going back to the 1910s. So Marja very efficient early on. He's only punched out 2. But he's thrown under 50 pitches through 4, whereas Liriano's nearing 70 with his 8 strikeouts. He faces Scherholtz.
Could prove to be a difference maker, too. May force Clint Hurdle to go to his bullpen a little bit earlier than Ricky Renteria. Boy, what a great day to pitch. This is perfect. Cool and crisp.
Brewers hosting the Braves today. I guess Ryan Braun with a huge ovation as he stepped in for the first time after the suspension. Scherholtz with a base hit to start the Cubs' 5th. Keep you posted on all the other action.
Get it fixed by
Braves back in Milwaukee for opening day for the first time since 1965 when they were the Milwaukee Braves. Side ball 1. I think we both agreed the Brewers were kind of that one team, maybe the sleeper of the division this year.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they have a chance to take a big step forward.
Cubs will play the American League East, all 5 teams, including home and home with the Yankees. In fact, the Yankees, when they do come to Chicago, they're going to play both teams, Cubs and the White Sox. That's smart. Doesn't always happen that way in baseball, where the travel match is what it should. 3-0 now. So Marge's on deck.
Taking all the way here.
All 4.
Well, big chance now for Samardzija to get a bunt down here and give Bonifacio a chance to drive in a couple.
Samardzija will try to move the runners up. How about the Phillies and the Rangers today? Yeah, interleague play to start the year, just like last year when the Reds hosted the Angels.
Ooh, swinging.
Not showing bunt, because everybody in the building knows that's what he was probably going to do. And
yeah, surprising that the Pirates had a wheel play on here. Alvarez crashing and Jordy Mercer running over to cover third.
not only our broadcast, but the Pirates, ESPN. There's the bunt. Throw to third. Got him. Throw to first. Out there. 1-5-4. Walker covering first.
Well, this time the Pirates play straight bunt defense. They don't put a wheel play on. Alvarez stays home. Liriano gets things started. That's a heartbreaker. Renteria out to have a chat on this one. Now he's looking back into the dugout to see whether he should challenge or not.
So, yeah, Renteria right now just buying time We'll see if he wants to challenge, and I think he's going to.
Yeah, these bang-bang plays at first base, for me, it's a tough play to use a challenge on, because we look at it time and time again up here, and it's very difficult to get conclusive evidence to overturn the call, and that's what you need. So
essentially, the original call, you have to have clear and concise evidence to prove otherwise. That's a tough angle just because you can't see the ball.
So the ruling from the replay officials will either be confirmed, overturned, or the play stands because we don't have enough evidence to overturn it.
He looked safe on that particular angle, but is it enough?
Right. That's what I and I certainly can understand what Renteria is thinking here at this stage of the ball game, the way the pitching has gone. That's a huge play. It's the 5th inning. There's no guarantee that another play is going to come up that's, challenge worthy. And if something happens later on, he can ask the umpires to review it anyway.
Did you see the pictures of the replay room in New York?
I did, yeah.
It's pretty impressive. MLB has spent a lot of money and a lot of resources to get as many calls right as possible. But I think the number one thing to remember is that human beings do interpret the replays.
Yeah, and it's good that they have umpires, though. They have umpires. Yeah, they've confirmed the call. But they've got umpires looking at it back in New York. We'll be at Larry Vanover and Jeff Kellogg are there watching this game. So when the umpires get on those headsets, they're talking to umpires. I think that creates for the umpires, it creates a lot of credibility.
So the Cubs will not have another challenge through the 6th inning, but once we get past the 6th, Renteria can go out and suggest.
Well, and I think that's, to me, it's almost like a limitless supply, because I think what's going to happen is if there's a really bad call, clearly blown call, the umpires are going to get together and talk about it anyway.
Well, and I think because it was the 5th inning, that's why he challenged. We're going to have another close play before the 7th starts. And that's why I do think most of the challenges will be in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And it's also, by the way, why I think maybe next year they won't have those, because they may end up being superfluous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just everything's within the umpire's right to take another look at it.
Promising start. Bad finish to the inning.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Or someone you know undergo surgery using transvaginal mesh that later required an additional surgery to repair or remove the mesh? The FDA recently issued a warning that transvaginal mesh can cause serious complications such as additional surgery, perforations, vaginal scarring, and mesh erosion or disintegration. Over 30,000 severe complications have been recorded. So far, 2 jury verdicts have awarded more than $15 million in compensation. Call us right now for a free consultation.
Call 1-800-864-1788.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, Cheez-It Zings, the crunchiest Cheez-It yet. Please, no.
Wild Zing.
We take the time for our cheese to mature before we bake it into our Zings crackers. Because at Cheez-It, real cheese matters.
Salem premieres Sunday, April 20th on WGN America.
You see that pitch count note we had earlier. Now, Liriano's gotten 3 more outs than Samardzija, but he's been way more efficient than Liriano here.
They set up well to pitch deep into this ball game. Always a concern first start of the year. You don't want to push a guy too far, but when you've been this efficient. Right now, Ricky Renteria, especially since Samardzija's turn in the batting order just passed, probably feels like he gets 7 innings out of him here this afternoon.
Neil Walker bounced into a double play, his first at bat of the season. 2011 at Wrigley, the Pirates played the Cubs on opening day, and Walker hit a grand slam.
A giant hurdle head popping up over his shoulder is a little unsettling. Reverence usually reserved for college basketball coaches.
Outside, it's 3-1.
Samardzija pitched twice in this ballpark last year, allowed 1 run in those 2 starts. Feels pretty comfortable when he strides up onto that bump here at PNC Park.
Picked up foul.
The Chicago Cubs encourage the use of public transportation to get to and from Wrigley Field. You try riding your bike. Use the courtesy bike check. That's at the corner of Clark and Waveland. For drivers, the Cubs provide free parking and shuttle services on night and weekend games from 3900 North Rockwell. For details, visit Cubs.com. That's a new location this year. Check it out.
Ground ball to first. Loved by Rizzo. We'll go 3-1.
He's got the Pirate thing going, but he looks throwing a little Mardi Gras in there. Captain Jack Black in about 30 years.
Great thing about that outfit, you can kind of just wear anything you want because the color scheme doesn't need to match.
He needs to go a little more retro with the shades, though. Maybe an eye patch instead of the sunglasses.
Strike on Ishikawa.
Ishikawa and Gabby Sanchez, the tandem that will handle first base for the Pirates this year. Garrett Jones no longer here. Ishikawa is a non-roster invitee to spring training. Only had 19 major league at-bats last year.
Samardzija throwing hard, 95 that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. pokes that ball out into center, right off the end of the bat. Might have been off the plate, in fact. He's 2 out of 2.
Yeah, I think next time Jeff faces him, he's going to see some fastballs in. He shot a base hit to left field first time up, and here he covers that outside part of the plate. I don't think he's looking to turn on the ball or drive the ball. He's just looking to hit it up the middle or the other way.
Pitch blown outside.
Everybody's taking their shirt off. The heck is going on down there?
The outside corner. Starting pitchers have dominated this one to this point.
It's been mostly four-seamers and cutters from Samardzija today, not many sinkers.
We have encouraged people to send us selfies. Oh, man. Bare feet.
Feet up, watching a ball game.
Okay.
It technically is a selfie because his foot's in the picture. Invariably, it's the big guy.
We missed it here a few minutes ago. We had our first video review. Denied. Cubs thought Samardzija was safe at first. Replay review, that's the technical term for it moving forward. And because Ricky's challenge before the 7th inning was denied, he can I guess encourage or suggest later in the game after the 6th. So you've got one in a game. If it's overturned, you get one more. You get a maximum of 2 challenges per game. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Won't be able to turn 2, but they'll get Mercer. And bring up Liriano with 2 outs and a man at second.
What I'm curious to see is how it affects managers just going on the field to argue calls. Like a situation like this, now that Ricky's already used his challenge. I mean, if there's another bang-bang play here at first base in this inning, does he go out and get in the umpire's face and scream and yell, or the umpire go, look, you used your challenge. Here's how I got it. Just go back to the dugout. And will umpires be less tolerant of managers going out there to scream and yell?
I think we'll find out as we go.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a large section of the baseball community that does still want to see a Lou Piniella-like tirade or an Earl Weaver. I think the biggest challenge for managers is just to not let your emotions get to you before you get the thumbs up from the dugout. You know, run out to the umpire and go, I'm challenging.
Right, you gotta take your time. And there's going to be pressure on managers too to respond to the players in the dugout. The players in the dugouts are all going to be screaming, hey, you were safe, challenge.
You need your players to be as honest as possible. Hey, I thought I was safe. Barney to Rizzo to end the inning. What a gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh. It's wafting. Smell the grill.
Meet Tom Haverford, full-time administrator, part-time agriculturalist.
Whenever Leslie asks me for the Latin names of any of our plants, I just give her the names of rappers.
And those over there?
Those are some ditties. There's some Bone Thugs and Harmoniums. Those Ludacris's are coming in great.
Get more Parks and Recreation, Wednesday at 8 p.m. on WGN America.
You may not realize it, but we use produce picked at its peak of flavor and delivered to us fresh daily at Golden Corral. And each of our restaurants only serves the freshest, never frozen USDA sirloin. We even hand peel russet potatoes every day to make the freshest, best tasting mashed potatoes in America. And right now, you can taste the difference with our new weeknight dinner spotlights. Monday night, it's non-stop shrimp and seafood. Tuesday is $2.99 Kids Night. Wednesday night is Wing Fest. And Thursday night is our best of barbecue. For one low price, it's something new every night, and it's only at Golden Corral.
Did you put everything you own in boxes and then into a truck? And then take everything out of the truck and out of the boxes? You know the answers to questions like that, so you're the best person to do your taxes. Intuit TurboTax. It's amazing what you're capable of.
Are your joints ready for action? Take OsteoBiflex. OsteoBiflex nurtures and helps defend your joints because it's specially formulated with Joint Shield. So now you can keep doing and doing and doing what you love.
Hi, Mom, Dad. What do you guys do today? Usual.
OsteoBiflex, ready for action.
We could tell you that carrying out Domino's will make a Tuesday feel like a Friday. But that would be a lie. Pizza alone won't make your weeknight special. It's what you do with it that will. So carry out a large 3-topping pizza for $7.99 only Monday through Thursday.
Follow the Chicago Cubs with MLB.com at bat for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry 10, or Windows Phone 8. Get scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details.
Nothing. Liriano gets ready for the 6th, and we want to welcome our new colleague into the WGN radio booth, along with Pat Hughes, Ron Coomer. Southside Cub fan growing up, and great to have him aboard. And we made our first bet of the season. I do not make bets. I'm not a gambler. I don't do it. And we're sitting on the bus today. He's not wearing socks. And I said, you think it's going to be 70 today? He goes, well, it'll be 60. I said, no chance. So the bet was, he said it'll be closer to 60 than 50. I should have taken the 60 bet instead of closer to, meaning 55 or above.
Right.
So I said it will not reach above 55 degrees, and it's 57 right now. So I lose the bet.
What's the payoff? Pride?
Yeah, more of a gentleman's bet. He might enjoy a nice beverage after the ball game.
He's fans are going to enjoy him. He's fun. Had a nice playing career. He is very excited about this gig. Nothing wrong with hitting one in the corner here, Junior.
Just thinking that as he's way out in front, pulls it foul. Got a tweet from Jason Ward asking us if we could acknowledge his father Wayne, who passed away in January. It's for Jason's mom. Thinking about you guys today. That'll work. Leadoff single, Junior Lake. I get asked more about Junior Lake by other teams' broadcasters, by scouts, than even Javier Baez and Chris Bryant and Albert Almora, because I think there are a lot of people in the baseball world who still don't know what he's going to be. Yeah, I'm one of them.
And the fact that he's been around, you know, he's spent some time in the big leagues last year, has kind of gotten some people's attention. Yeah, I think there's a lot of us, people, the decision makers for the Cubs, are not sure what they have in Junior Lake.
1-0 on the number 3 hitter, Starlin Castro, as Liriano will throw to first. Jimmy Rollins has hit a grand slam today, and the Phillies lead the Rangers 6-0.
Yu Darvish, who would have been the opening day starter for the Rangers, starting on the DL.
Tanner Scheppers getting the assignment and struggling. That's high for ball 2.
If you remember last inning, after the leadoff base hit by Sherholtz, Darwin Barney worked a walk, and Liriano with a man on base, perhaps focusing a little bit too much on the base runner and not executing the pitches.
Cubs had by far the best scoring opportunity, and that was in the 5th. The first 2 reached. Unfortunately, the pitcher coming up bunted into a double play. Different part of the order here.
A lot of times you'll turn your middle of the order loose on 3-0, but here I think he's taking all the way, and he was.
With the elevated pitch count, some action in the Pirate bullpen, even though Liriano working on a shutout in the 6th. Now a 3-1. It's low, ball 4. Brian Morris, a right-hander. See how the Pirates do their shifting here with 2 on. Alvarez is going to play near third. And first, Ray Searage will head out to the mound.
Well, an opportunity for redemption now for Rizzo and then Olt to follow if Liriano's still in there for Olt. They've come to the plate 4 times collectively, and they've punched out all 4 times. A chance for Searage to check in on Liriano to see how he's feeling, buy a little time for the bullpen. Provide a little support for his left-hander. This big situation here. 88 pitches now for Liriano. So you figure there's not a whole lot left in the tank here in his first start of the year.
Here we go. The pitch to Rizzo. Home run cut and a miss.
Yeah, well, he was cheating on a fastball there. Nothing wrong with that. First pitch, cheat on one and see if you can inflict some damage. You still have a couple of strikes to play with, but he has been baffled by the Liriano slider all day long. Debate now, I'm sure, that Russell Martin is having internally. Do I just keep throwing sliders? I just keep calling for sliders because Anthony's pulling off and he's not seeing it, or am I fearful that he's going to make an adjustment? Liriano overthrew that fastball.
Olt on deck. Blake started the inning with a single. Castro walked. And the 2-1. Good cut that time on a slider.
He didn't really finish that pitch. That was a bit of a hanger. Didn't have the good sharp action that the previous ones Anthony has seen today had. This one stayed up in the zone.
Sets up a 2-2. One away. Strikeout number 9 for Liriano.
A hat trick for for Rizzo. So after the bad one, he comes right back with a good one. And a lot of times that's the best time to call for it. Easier for that pitcher to make the adjustment. Very next pitch.
Boy, it's a hard game, isn't it? We just got underway for the season, and already the Cubs cleanup man's talking to himself. It's a tough matchup for him.
Yeah, and that's the challenge for Anthony, I think. You know, I think at times last year he really beat himself up when he was going through a bit of a funk. He takes a lot on himself, puts a lot on those big, broad shoulders. And I think, you know, in this game, you got to have the ability to say, oh, well, that was today. Tomorrow's another day.
2-0 on Mike Olt. Rangers still batting in the second. They've scored 4 times. It's going to be a wild one in Arlington. 6-4 Phillies.
Something good could happen right here for Mike Olt. Mariano struggling a little bit with his command. 2-0. Got to be ready to hit.
The pitch.
He paints with a changeup.
It's a strike, but it's not the one you want if you're Mike Olt to swing at.
You got to be sitting fastball there. So could have been ball 3. That's similar to the pitch he got rung up on earlier. First time up.
Back of third. It'll be the shortstop Mercer. For out number 2. Now the infield fly rule, by the way, was not in effect. I was looking around to see if an umpire might raise an arm. They did not. That's one of those borderline plays where Mercer, if he wanted to, I suppose could have let it drop and then try to get a couple of forces for a double play. They had that controversial one a couple of years ago, right? The Cardinals and Braves.
And the playoffs, yeah.
So 2 outs, it's Castillo.
Yeah, I think that one was deep enough out where, and he wasn't settled under it, where the infield fly rule really wasn't in vogue, because if he does let it drop, he's not going to get 2 outs with the 2 long throws they would have to make. Highly unlikely anyway. That rule is in effect to protect the base runners. Right.
Strike called. 1-1.
Nothing you can do with that one. Lariano at times has struggled with his command out of the zone, but he's made very few mistakes over the fat part of the plate.
It's the lead runner, Junior Lake, singled. Kick off the inning. Castro then walked, but a Rizzo strikeout and an Old pop-up brings up Castillo, and it's 2-2 on him.
Living on that outside edge.
The kick, the 2-2, smothered by Martin. Look at Lake. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He's punched out 10. Still scoreless.
God likes to watch. He's an absentee landlord.
Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven, is that it?
Attention! Do you have a motorized wheelchair or scooter that's broken? Now there's a Medicare and private insurance benefit that may fix your broken wheelchair. You need to call the experts at the Precision Repair Network. We're the specialists in repairing all makes and models of motorized wheelchairs and scooters. Call us 24/7. We'll come to you anywhere in the United States. We'll even give you a loaner to use if necessary. So call right now.
It's lunchtime, you're hungry, we know how you feel. Your mouth wants Little Caesars, and your wallet wants a deal. 4 slices of deep dish and a soda are for you. Hot and ready for $5, and this is what you do. Bite, bite, sip, sip, that's what makes the combo. Bite, bite, sip, sip, do the deep dish combo mambo. For lunch,
Pizza, pizza.
Special sauce?
At an undisclosed McDonald's location, there is a club. Inside, the best of the best gather. And tonight, they welcome their newest member, Mr. LeBron James. And what does one serve the best basketball player in the world? The new Bacon Clubhouse sandwich, of course. 100% pure beef or chicken on a new artisan roll, all with our famous Big Mac special sauce. Because everyone deserves the best. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You should serve it to everyone.
Baseball in America means baseball on WGN America. White Sox, Twins, Thursday 2 East on WGN America.